Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 9. So, in case you didn't notice, poor Avril is getting over a cold.
I am, but I thought, oh, I can spill the tea.
Yeah. Oh. But I am not. So, first things first. Shout out to my one sponsor, Wink. Trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $22 off your first month of wine. Also, tomorrow, the 25th of May, is National Wine Day. So what better reason than to buy your first box of wine from Wink? Just makes sense.
It's just good business sense.
It's so.
Oh boy. So the episode starts. The vixen has left and left a very weird message on the wall.
I just didn't know who it was targeted to.
I wasn't quite sure what was going on. So it says
Evil triumphs,
spelled wrong.
Okay.
And if I picked up on a spelling error, whoa. I was like, wait, what? Oh.
How was it spelled?
She didn't put an H in it.
Oh,
it was like
triumphs.
Triumphs.
Evil triumphs? Is that triumphs? She used the word. That's an I.
Oh.
Right?
I guess, yeah.
I can't say shit.
Triumphs.
That's probably
Triumphs.
part of why they had a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they were
reading
like,
it.
Trumps?
What?
Huh? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, evil triumphs when good queens do nothing. And I was like, whoa, that's like a really
Aggressive.
And then it said, buy my album.
Yeah.
It's like, what album? Her inevitable album that's gonna, I mean, it was like a lot.
Is her album called Evil Triumphs When Good Queens Do Nothing?
But triumphs spelled without the H specifically.
Triumphs. See, now that's political. I get it.
Monet was cracking me up. She was just like, girl, this cryptic message. She's like, I mean, honestly, I would have respected her more if she's just written like, Eureka's a bitch and I hate her.
Like, and I was like, oh, so she saw All Stars.
Right? I mean, she also did Maya Angelou, so maybe she did see All Stars.
She did. Just sip that tea.
I'm gonna sip it. That's good. And then Asia's talking about how she's like reinvigorated with drag and how she just feels re-energized after that lip sync and like this is what drag's all about. And she's just like, yes! And I was like, fabulous, I love it. That's what a lip sync for your life ideally will do for you.
Yes.
Put that fire under you and make you be like, yes, I want to be here and this is what I love to do.
It's like recharged my battery. My whole energetic and spiritual connection to drag has been reconnected.
I really like Asia.
I do too. I like Asia a lot. Sometimes I'm roller coastery with Asia. Where it's like, oh, I'll really like something, and then it's like, oh, but now you did this thing, and I don't know.
I like that better than like, you're fine.
Sure.
Most of the time. That's nice.
Cameron.
Miss Cracker. I said it.
It's time.
She's just, I need her to have a moment or leave. It's just, I'm sorry. That's just where I'm at right now.
I agree, and I don't think that this has been her competition. You know what I mean?
She's
it's
been
just
perfectly okay.
Yeah.
And some of her outfits have been fabulous. And
Sure.
She has had a few here and there little moments, but like on a whole, I'm like, I need something to happen.
Yeah. I think we'll talk about Miss Cracker more
We'll
later.
talk about it.
Well, and then Cameron was like won.
Right.
And they're all like, girl, aren't you happy? You like officially won now. Why aren't you celebrating like you said you were going to? And she's just like, I don't know, I'm just in my space and just leave me alone.
It feels weird even saying that I won. I'm quiet because I'm just mind blown, so I'm not unhappy. I'm very happy. I'm just like...
And on one hand, I get it, and we'll talk about it more later.
Oh, yes.
But on the other hand, I'm like, but like, have some fun? There's a strong lack of fun in this
Cameron?
entire...
After Monique left.
Yes. I want a lot more...
all of the fun. She was fun enough for 10 people's worth of fun.
Yes. But like, I'm just waiting for any of these queens to just have some fun.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
they're all
I get it. It's very serious. It's a competition and you want to win and it's important to you and all of that I understand. But like...
Well, I think that's why I like Asia so much. She seems like she's having
mostly having fun. Yes.
Yeah. If you were going to win a challenge, you wanted it to be the share challenge.
I didn't want anyone to know that I wanted to win this challenge.
Oh. Sorry.
No. I mean, like, now it's fine.
Well, and it was interesting because she talked about how she kind of has done Cher before and was sort of, not necessarily a Cher impersonator, but like I've done a few shares, you know, and she was like, I didn't want to tell anybody, so everyone would be like, whoa, you were pretty darn good. And I was like,
smart.
That was a good strategy.
Yeah, that's absolutely. If she's like, oh, well, I've done share a couple times, automatically the expectations are much higher.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. And then we get Aquaria.
I don't think I was bottom 3 out of this group, so.
When she goes, I didn't think I was in the bottom 3. And I was like, I didn't either, girl. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I thought it was just random, like they...
People were called back, you know, to safe randomly. And I was like, well, that's not how that works.
No.
Sure.
Yeah. I was on board when she was like, I didn't think that I deserved to be in the bottom 3.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
sure.
me too. I didn't think so either.
I was slightly surprised by that.
I think Eureka definitely should have been in the bottom 3. But,
I agree.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm absolutely here to win, and I want all of you to go home.
She's very vocal about, like, I want to win this thing.
Yes. Oh, this was so stupid to me.
Yeah.
Everyone was really, and I don't know, I get it. Everyone commented last week about how Ms. Cracker in Review with a Jew was explaining how the thing with Untucked last week with Aquaria was because Monet had been, like, you know, doubting herself and been in a weird mood, and instead of comforting her, Aquaria was like, well, I don't know, girl, I'm going to win, I feel fine. Which I am like, well, what's wrong with that? Particularly given Monet and Ms. Cracker's behavior with her in the workroom after Rue left last week. It was like, aren't you worried about your bad review, you know, Aquaria? Aren't you worried? That's not comforting.
No.
Fuck you.
It's not.
So it's like, if the same thing now is happening to you later, I'm just going to be like, well, I don't know why you're worried. I'm not worried at all. I did great.
It just seems like a bunch of nonsense.
A bunch of nonsense. But they made it seem like this whole thing where she's heartless and cruel and she's
unsportsmanlike.
Exactly, unsportsmanlike. And like, just because she wants to win and she has confidence in herself does not make her unsportsmanlike.
No, she's not like tricking people or manipulating people. Or
no,
like...
she's no Daenerys.
I'm confident enough to say that I want to.
I don't think it's a matter of because it's not a matter of confidence. I just think it's a matter of sportsmanlike conduct.
So then it's the next day in the workroom, and all the girls are basically talking about Aquaria as if she isn't in the room, which was weird.
It was really weird.
You know,
I was like,
Aquaria's like this, and Aquaria's I'm like, she's
right there,
guys. This is getting weird.
Aquaria's like that frog on the WB that will only perform when no one's watching.
Is it Michigan J Frog?
Come on, my darling.
And then as soon as
she's literally standing there, you're in a group, and you're just going, well, like, you know, Aquarius, she's like this, and it's like she's right there. It was weird.
It was.
But then they call her the WB frog because she only performs when no one's around.
Which is funny.
And she's like, who's that? Before your time, girl. Before your time.
It's true. She didn't even know what the WB was.
The WB didn't exist when she was born. Oh, no, when she was born, but not when she was watching TV.
No, well, when did it change to CW? A long time ago.
Like early 2000s?
It was definitely post 9/11. Excuse me. It was definitely after the Titanic.
Titanic? Not the Titanic.
No, not, well.
It wasn't in 1912.
No.
Is what you're saying.
It was after Titanic.
Great.
The movie.
Great. Which reminded me of Chi-Chi.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, oh my god, again, this weird tie-ins with All-Stars. I was like, okay.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime cow.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl.
I used to have a music box that was that frog. And like, you wind it up and it would do it. I don't know who gave that to me.
That is weird. That sounds like something that someone got for free.
Right.
And then gave
you. And it was like a weird gift to like a kid. Exactly.
Like, oh, yeah. He's a kid.
It's a music box that like has a frog that moves. I don't know.
She already had hers in.
Wait, what? Who is that?
We hear a voice and I went, what's this?
Yeah,
This isn't Chad. This isn't Rue. What's going on? And Stephen Colbert shows up and I was like, I love you. Why are you here? What's happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
Have you seen Stephen Colbert in drag?
No.
You know? No. When Rue was on his show one time, he was like, well, you know, I've been in drag one time. And his drag persona was named Raven. It was really weird. And he was beautiful.
Oh my god, I love it.
It was good. He had like a G-string on and everything. I was like, get it, Stephen Colbert.
So then, Rue comes out.
Yeah.
And introduces another fabulously stupid, wonderful mini challenge.
And this was just, I love things that are just so unapologetically gay.
Oh yeah, pants down, bottoms up. Rue, I feel like Rue has really, like, this season...
embraced.
He is just, like, a horny old man.
He's gonna make the show as gay as it can be,
Yeah.
and I'm happy about it.
I am too.
Because
He's
I
like,
did
Rue's
feel
like, you know what? I heard you all complaining about season 9 on VH1, and just to prove that's not a thing, here, I'm gonna make them twerk in their underwear.
So they keep coming out, just scads and scads of Pit Crew members, of 21 flavors, everybody.
Yes. I know one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is not a bottom.
Do they make them put that on their resume?
Are you a bottom or not? Okay, you can come in.
You can be a Pit Crew. There was a guy that looked like Aquaman.
Oh, yeah. So it's official, Rounder Bum is a horrendous blight upon the gay community, right?
Well, I just don't understand. So, if you already have an ass, they look okay.
Okay.
Like, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, it looks as good as regular underwear.
Well, so,
like,
yes.
It doesn't look bad.
Right.
When you don't have an ass, it looks really bad. It looks like you have weird panty line jockstrap underneath your underwear.
Well, that is what happened. Okay, so I looked it up.
Well, I just feel like they need it to go around the side.
Well, that's the big problem.
It's just a cutlet and a cutlet, and it needs to go around the bum.
There's multiple versions.
Okay.
There are multiple models.
Because some real
are worse than others.
Not cool.
Yeah. Some are extra padded. There's like padded ones, and then there's other ones that basically are just a jock strap with fabric over it.
Why?
I couldn't tell you.
Is that a thing that makes your butt look better?
Well, jock straps help lift. Because there's like, the elastic strap is more...
But okay, this is the thing. I think this is the main problem. Mm-hmm. This is a thing you're not supposed to see outside of pants. It's like Spanx, you know?
Right.
It's not to be walking around in them.
Correct.
You're not supposed to be like, hey, check out my Spanx.
Check out my Rounder Bum.
Just wearing them. It looks bad.
I agree.
And maybe if they were in jeans, you'd be like, look at
that chunky
it's
tush.
like, it's like a Wonder Bra.
Right.
So
you don't want to show off your Wonder Bra on national television.
Oh no, the tissues came out of my bra. Oh no! It's like that's why. That's the problem.
And so that's why a specific model looks like your butt is clenched.
Yeah.
It's like you're flexing and you're like, but this looks bad.
It looks like you're flexing with a panty line.
Yeah. It's really bad. I feel like they did themselves a huge disservice.
Rounder Bum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
No one is going to buy these underwear now.
Oh, that's what it makes your butt look like? I'm good. Like, it was a bad marketing ploy. Unless the game was, can you guess who's wearing Rounder Bum?
Sure.
And they all have sexy jeans on. Here for this mini challenge.
Yes.
Who's wearing it? Am I or aren't I?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you are. Oh, you're not. Oh my god.
Oh, it's just your natural ass. What?
Or, oh my god, you were? Oh, it looked great.
Yeah.
Now that would be an actual,
that would be a good
helpful
challenge. Yeah.
To them as a company. No, it was rough.
It was bad. This was still a super fun challenge.
Loved it.
It was really stupid.
Loved it.
And I loved every minute of it. And then I loved that Rue was just like at the end, well, you're already here, so... Peanut. This should be a show in itself. I'm like, yeah. I would watch at least 6 to 8 minutes of this.
So Aquaria wins, and then Rue explains that they're going to be doing Breastworld.
Based off of
a parody of Westworld.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
Nope.
Neither of us have seen an episode of Westworld. I've seen the movie Westworld. You have not.
No.
So, I'm busy. Prestige shows are a big commitment. I gotta watch Great Interior Design Challenge. I got things going on.
I have to binge watch all of Schitt's Creek. Just gotta do it.
I literally, this week while sick, binge watched like 2 seasons of Great Interior Design Challenge. It's no joke. It's no joke.
Oh my god.
It's also a great drinking game. You just drink every time they say bespoke. And the bespoke light fixture that she created out of cement and wallpaper. Yes! Oh, it's very austere. Oh, it's so good. Defo, check it out. But anyway, Breastworld.
Yes.
Which they seem to be shading the whole time. later
Because they're like, oh, it's so confusing. They're like, yeah, if you give it a few episodes.
It kind of makes sense after episode 4. And I was like,
you'll be starring in the new, edgy, slightly confusing premium cable TV drama, Westworld.
I guess they're just picking things that are popular.
Yeah.
That they don't necessarily like.
Right.
I mean, they might like it, but it's not like, oh, Westworld's my favorite show. I can't wait to do a parody.
Which is kind of a bummer for me. We'll talk about this challenge.
Oh, yeah. So Rue says that Aquaria gets to assign all the parts.
Yes.
I mean, I think after all of the berating, the light berating that Aquaria got for being so confident.
Unsportsmanlike.
Right? She was like, well, let's all just, what you guys want to pick?
Yeah, you can get whatever everyone wants.
You've defeated me. I think seems like a homeschool kid or something where socially she hasn't fully adapted to just like interacting with people, like just slightly, right? Yeah. And so like her jokes come off wrong or whatever, or she isn't quite aware of herself.
Sure.
So anyways, she lets everybody pick.
I at least would have done, this is what I want. Everyone else, what do you want?
It worked out for her.
It worked out fine. And maybe she knew that all along and she was just playing a little game with...
Maybe. Could be.
Who knows?
Be. I think she was just like, oh, everyone's going to hate me. Do you guys just want to pick?
Well, sure.
And then she was like, oh, I got the part with the least lines. Oh wait, I got the part with the least lines.
I feel like maybe what I would have done is, okay, everyone, let's read through the descriptions.
Let's
say who you want. Yeah. We'll do a read through and you can be that role, and then I'll decide if I think that works or not.
It's a great idea.
Because then you can see, it's like, ooh, this isn't working, girl. You, Miss Cracker, you should not be this, you know.
Whoa, Julie?
It should be Judy. Was it not Judy?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think it started with a J.
Okay.
I feel Julie for me, because
Julie sounds like you.
Zinger landing is something that I do.
So they all pick their parts, and then Rue comes into the workroom, and once again, like, talks to every single girl.
And, like, gives a lot of advice.
A lot of advice. She basically tells everyone, this is what you need to do to win this season.
Yeah.
You specifically.
Yeah.
And it's like,
whoa.
This is yours to go and get.
Amen.
Make sure you get this.
Yes, I will.
Like, she goes up to Monet, and she's just like, because Monet's wearing like a silly wig, and she's like, girl, where's this wig been? Stop wearing pussycat wigs. How many more times do I have to tell you, stop wearing pussycat wigs? Oh, you wore another pussycat wig? What's happening?
Now, I will say this.
I mean, it was like even smaller. It was like kid
wig.
Wig.
It was like... I mean, it was a look. I really like this look. We'll talk about it. But
I know you love them pussycat wigs, but bitch, you know what? You need to wear some big ass hair because you got that big, fat, juicy ass.
Yeah.
She has specifically told her numerous times to stop wearing pussycat wigs.
Fully, and I get it. Although I will also point out, Monet tweeted, and she was like, here's the evidence. And she like was like, I wore, like, it was 50-50 or so, or like, whatever.
It's been like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. It's been since she was in the bottom with the denim challenge, I think, that she's been wearing pussycat. I mean, I'm just saying, if RuPaul tells you to stop wearing something, you throw it away. You stop wearing something.
Yeah, if you want to win, yeah.
But anyway, she basically tells Monet, like, this is yours to get, so fucking go get it.
Yeah.
And then she goes around and tells everybody, like, step it the fuck up. Someone's going home. I mean, it turns out no one did. And then she tells Asia, she's like, you are a champion.
You're a champion, girl. Remember who the hell you are.
You deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Play it right. And Asia's just like, no one has ever, like, seen into my soul and, like I haven't believed anyone.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm a champion.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's the power of RuPaul.
Right.
It's good.
That pep talk. Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is that it feels like you've prepared in your head, but it's not in sync with what's actually happening in the room at the time.
And she tells Miss Cracker, like, get out of your head.
Right.
You're being too self-critical.
Rue was like reading my mind.
She's like, you're canned. You're
prepared.
You're
like,
not interacting and being in the moment. And it's true.
It's really true. That has been my biggest complaint about Miss Cracker, is that it's like we've seen her be fun and funny and be able to quip.
Right.
But so often in all of the challenges or in all of these other opportunities, she never takes advantage of her actual talent and wit and skill. And it's like, well, I think she just needs to have fun. She's not letting go and having fun.
It feels like you're having a conversation in your own head.
Yeah.
And you use your cleverness as a way to keep people from coming any closer.
I think she should let her weird out.
Exactly. Just
be real weird.
Yeah, let your freak flag fly.
Seriously.
And just run naked into the ocean kind of thing. You know, it's just like...
Yes. So we get to the set of Breast World.
With furnishings by Objects.
There is a pool, a huge bar set. Bitch, they are not playing with this acting challenge, so we better get our motherfucking shit together.
Can't stop talking about how fancy the set is. Oh, they put so much money into the set.
Oh my god, we're really gonna have to step it up and really perform.
Because there's a pool, which was a fake pool, obviously.
But also what happened to all of you. What happened? So Ross and Michelle are the directors. And while I get frustrated with them reusing the same people over and over, I did think this time they were slightly more like, we're going to actually give you a direction.
Yes.
It wasn't just like, figure it out,
no,
you're running out of time.
They were more helpful.
They were more helpful this time.
I still would prefer having a fabulous...
I would still prefer Kathy and Jimmy.
Yeah, always.
Always? Always Kathy and Jimmy?
If it was always Kathy and Jimmy, I wouldn't mind.
Wouldn't complain for a minute.
But, like, I think that they could do all sorts of fabulous guests that would be really fun to see and have. And like
Tiffany Haddish. So, from the get, it just seems like everyone's a mess.
Yeah.
And no one knows their lines.
Nope.
And no one knows... I mean, I was fundamentally confused about what was going on. Just like, what's
the plot?
Happening?
Yeah.
Like, what's the plot here?
You haven't met our drag bingo bot, Rosie!
Oh, she's big. B12.
Bingo!
I continually kept writing, this is a mess.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm confused. And maybe that was on purpose, because apparently Westworld is very confusing.
I guess. I mean, it came together in the end.
Like, then be really shady about it.
Sure.
If that's what you're doing. So they cut to Eureka.
Oh my god.
And she doesn't know, I mean, she needed to go, pew, pew.
Exactly.
She really needed to this
really
time.
Did. She really did.
I was expecting Michelle to be like, it's okay, you can do it this time.
Manila, do not make fake sound effect gun noises.
She's like, you're shooting a gun. Like, what's happening? And she was just like, he doesn't even know he's been shot.
Oh.
I already shot you, baby.
Well, I didn't understand. So why she was shooting people? Like, you won bingo, so you got shot. Maybe it's a Westworld thing. I'm not sure.
You win, you die, but then they came back to life.
Because they're robots, they needed an excuse to be like, oh no, it was a robot too. It was a lot.
But then, like, also, why not just, like, is that the fabulous gun? Or wouldn't that have been, like, if it was, like, instead of the little blue laser thing, if it was, like, purple, or if it was, like, rainbow, rather? Yeah.
Heavens to Betsy, he's dead!
Cut! Everyone's jumping on everyone else's lines. Yeah. Nobody knows what's going on. No. Eureka can't, for the life of her, say, Ivy! Winters!
Darling down to Ivy Winters.
Can we just cut here?
I mean, it was
5 minutes of this episode is just all of them being like, no, Ivy!
Ivy Winters!
Ivy Winters!
Ivy Winter! Okay.
Say it that way.
A little more dramatic with that.
Well, how it's supposed to be said.
Ivy Winter. No, you said it wrong again.
Everybody!
Ivy Winters! Ivy Winter!
It was like, ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. What are you hearing?
Right?
That's what I couldn't understand.
I don't understand.
I mean, I love that Michelle was like pretty much not having it.
Oh, yeah.
She was just like, you know why you need to say that. You've seen the show. You need to say it like, Ivy Winters!
Ivy Winters! And you powered. You know what I mean? But I'm an actress.
I just didn't understand what happened to the contestants this week. I was like, is it that the tiredness is starting to hit them? It's like really, set in and they're just losing it? I don't know.
You live in New York. You know how to be patronizing.
Cracker, you did it perfect once. You will do it that way again. I will sell this house today.
And then Miss Cracker gives herself like a weird, like out loud to herself pep talk. And I was like, what's going on? You can do this. You can do this. I will sell this house today. And I was like, that's funny.
If it was like
a
not
joke,
real.
But it's like real. Yeah. But like in the context of American Beauty, that was very sad what was happening.
I will sell this house today.
It was weird.
It was really weird.
It was like out loud.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, and then they cut back to her interview, and then, no. Like, that would have been funny.
Right.
If they cut back to her interview and she was
like,
just like, look, I had to give myself a pep talk and be like, I'm going to sell this house today. And like, that whole thing, it was odd.
It was odd.
I thought Aquaria was doing good and like took direction well.
Yep.
They were like, can you try it a different way? Yes, I can. Great.
We like that better.
You did it?
Okay, great.
I love it.
Well, let's try one take the other way.
Okay.
Head, how's your head?
Oh.
She had good energy. And then Asia comes in. She's got a lot of energy.
Yes.
I could have done with. I'm like pretty like over. Like, do we ever have to talk about Sarah Palin again? I'm good.
I'm good too.
Cock-a-doodle-doo me, daddy.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
What's funny is that I didn't realize that it was supposed to be Sarah Palin.
Great.
Until
with the wig?
Literally not until I guess on the runway or whatever when he was like, "Oh,
you could have done You Betcha," but you didn't.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, parasailing."
Whoa.
Because the way they kept saying it,
Andrew.
I was like, "Parasailing? What does that have to do with?"
Whoa.
Is it because they're on the beach? I was like, I did not pull it together.
You went to a different place.
Yeah, because.
That's fun.
Because nothing made sense in this thing.
No, I was like, but why is there a Sarah Palin parody in Breast World? Why is that a thing we need to do? And then
that's why I didn't think to expect it.
And then have like a soapbox speech about it.
It was a lot. And a lot of the problems with this skit, I blame on the writing.
That makes no sense at all. The party's over, and you can't stop me. Stand to.
But I did love that at the end, Michelle was just like, so we need to get this because I want to get out of here. She was just like, I am over this. I want to leave.
This has taken too fucking long.
Unless the set falls over, this is our last take, so let's get it right. I don't want to do this anymore.
I was shocked there wasn't like a talking to that happened. I mean, this was almost as messy as the Shakespeare challenge.
Why is nobody ready?
Like, it was almost there.
Shakespeare challenge.
Remember the Shakespeare challenge?
Vaguely, I feel like I've blocked it out of my memory.
It was a mess. Then we get to the makeup mirror, and they're sort of talking about like, because the theme of the week or the theme of the runway is like, you in 50 years or something.
Yes,
something like that.
Silver Foxy 50 years from now, which would silver golden anniversary is 50.
But like silver
anniversary, sure.
Years.
But golden girls.
Yeah, you know, they could have done a lot with it, you know. It's true, that would have been fun. Golden beavers instead of foxes.
Oh.
Beavers, it's golden girls and they're...
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. Something about golden beavers.
Right, because it's a silver fox. But a silver fox is a man.
Yeah, so golden beavers, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
It really does work.
Okay.
But yeah, they're talking about like older queens and how drag can really age you, but also keep you young.
Right.
And that 96-year-old drag queen in Portland or something.
I was like,
hell yes. Still telling her like George Burns jokes. Yep. You know, I was like, yes.
Oh, I flew all the way here. My arms are so tired. Stupid. I laughed.
No, it's good. I liked it. There should be a documentary about her.
Yes.
They're talking about that, and then they sort of have that same conversation they've been having pretty much every season, that like dating, being a drag queen and dating is a very
tough.
Tightrope, you know. You kind of have to like find the right person who like accepts it or doesn't want to be with the woman who wants to be with you. And,
I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting that like Monet and a couple people I felt like said that they feel more comfortable as their drag version, which I mean it makes sense because like it's more freeing perhaps.
Yes.
So quick commercial break and then we'll be back with the runway and the final skit and a lip sync. And Untucked. There's a lot. There's like a lot left.
Rue walks down the runway. Oh, I loved this.
You did?
She looked like a golden goddess.
Yeah, I guess I just thought that the fabric looked cheap.
Oh, I didn't.
It just didn't look super expensive to me, but she did look like an Emmy.
Oh, I loved it. Her hair was so fuck off huge.
Yes.
And she just looked like some statue, like Hollywood, like golden age of Hollywood. No, but she looked like Marilyn Monroe or Rita Hayworth.
Yes.
You know, like she had like this golden age of Hollywood thing going on. And I was like, yes, I liked it.
I feel that.
And
Oh.
the girls from Broad City are the guest judges.
Oh, be still my heart.
Glazer was just wearing a bra.
Oh yeah.
With a blazer. Blazers and bras.
So, category is Silver Foxy. Wah wah.
So first on the runway is Miss Cracker.
Yeah.
The Cracker.
I really liked this.
I like this. I mean, she just looked like Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada to me.
Sure.
Which is fabulous. As much as they complained about Aquaria not looking old enough, I didn't think she looked that old.
No, if we're supposed to say, okay, you in 50 years.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like you as an elderly person.
Right.
You know?
And it's like,
an aged person.
Yeah, I like this idea and whatever, but still give me a little more. Give me more Iris. Well, and a little less Anna Wintour.
Right? She needs some big fuck-off earrings and, like, bracelets up to her elbows. Yes. And I was like, yes. I can't believe no one did Iris. Just, like, walking down the runway. No, but I thought she looked beautiful. I thought her body has never been more on point.
I agree.
The shape, the tits, the hips, it was like a nice silhouette. And maybe that was why I was like, it looks like you're just, like, hot with white hair.
Yes. Yes.
If we're getting nitpicky.
So the next was Asia O'Hara, and I died laughing at this.
Loved this.
Right? And what's funny, though, is that I also really loved the bottom. They kept complaining about the bottom with the Adidas sandals and the socks.
The shower sandals?
Yeah. And I was like, yes, I love it. To me, it was a persona, and it clicked.
Oh, and she sold the fantasy.
Yes. Oh, my God, I love when she's just like, I'm going to be in the alleyway behind DragCon trying to sell my album or whatever. I was like, yes.
I mean, she has, like, comb-over cornrows.
Yeah.
And I was just like, never thought of that as a thing. I love it. She's wearing the, like, you know, tired showgirl outfit.
Yep.
She's eating chips.
Yep. Oh, my God,
putting on her glasses. I loved this.
Yeah,
I thought this was fabulous.
I thought it was really funny.
And I thought they were super nitpicky about it. I was like, what's up, though?
Yeah.
Guys.
They didn't seem to get the,
she had, like, the little, like, whisker
hairs.
Yes. Like, it was great.
I thought she really nailed the details and, like, sold me a persona.
Totally. And honestly, once I saw the cornrow comb over, I was just like... So then next on the runway was Monet Exchange. And at first she comes out and she's just in like a hospital gown.
Yeah.
And an IV.
Yeah, which was funny.
Well, I was like, oh, that's funny, but if this is the whole look.
Sure, yikes.
Like,
but it wasn't.
It wasn't the whole look. She does a quick change into like this golden two-piece with tits,
saggy boobs that
swing
she
into her.
With. I was dying.
That was funny.
The little star pasties. I mean, like, it was funny.
I thought it was funny. I wish the actual two-piece had been more interesting.
Sure.
It was just like big shorts.
Right.
And like an unflattering top.
Sure.
I think this is funny and I like this, but something is missing. And like they said, maybe if she'd had a bigger wig on.
Right, instead of like the straggly
hairs. If she'd
hairs.
had the big wig and snatched it, or found a way for it to fall off, and then she had the cone head like tuft of hair.
Yes.
That's funny. Like, I feel like it needed something more glamorous, at least to start.
That would be really funny if she like caught her wig on her IV.
Oh,
and it's like, oh no!
Like, that would have been amazing.
That would be really funny.
Or like if the tits, if somehow, I mean, this probably wouldn't work, but somehow if they were like in the top,
right,
and she like leaned over
and they spill out,
like,
yeah.
And then that's the reveal of the pasties. Mm-hmm. It needed something for me.
I like those ideas.
But I thought it was really fun and funny, if not a little like gimmicky somehow.
So the next was Aquaria, and I liked this.
I didn't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, that was the problem. I liked the idea. When I really saw it, it was like, oh, she's supposed to be like tattooed all over.
Like that lady that never gave up her punk rock, you know.
Yep, leathery but saggy skin.
But I was like, is this her skin or clothes? I like couldn't, I was like, I don't know what, you know, she looked like, you know, Fashion Frankenstein or something. Like, she had like zippers and things, but it was like loose.
Right.
It's like, is this clothes? What is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be clothes or is it supposed to be
her skin?
I don't know what's happening. It's not on your face.
Right.
It was just like confusing.
Well, that was, yeah, because her face was definitely not leathery, worn. Like, I've been in the sun a lot and tattooed my face up and whatever.
Right.
So that was confusing. I felt like the execution of it, at least on camera, didn't read.
Yeah, well, it's all one color.
Right.
So at first, before I even started to break down, is this skin, is this an outfit? I was like, what is this? Like, I couldn't see the silhouette. There was no focal point.
Right.
There was no like, oh, that belt or that this. It just all kind of blurred together, so you couldn't really tell what it was. I mean, I liked the saggy ears. Like, she had a lot of ideas.
Yes. They didn't read
the
well.
The clarity of concept and like the visual impact was lost.
Yep, I agree.
So then next up was Eureka.
Oh God, I like forgot she was in this episode.
This was
bad.
A bunt. I was gonna say a bunt. A bunt. Oh boy. Well, because in the work group she says, "Oh well, they all expect me to go camp and everything,
right.
but I'm gonna give them Downton Abbey at the opera."
And I was like,
love it.
Where was that?
What was this? Who's wearing a velour sweatsuit to the opera? Maggie Smith isn't.
No.
It's like this purple velour jumpsuit over like a house coat.
Yeah.
Like, it was like one of those coats. Remember on Isle of Lucy when she'd like be vacuuming in pants, but she'd have like a half skirt on and just be like, I'm just like, oh, I still have to wear like a skirt because I'm like a 50s housewife, but I'm fabulous. And I'm wearing pants. Do you remember that?
No.
I'll show you.
Cool.
It was kind of like that, but less fabulous.
This was not fabulous at all.
No.
I think she didn't have an outfit.
No, absolutely
She didn't have a thing that would fit this challenge, and so she was like, I'm going to try and spin this story about what I'm doing that makes it work, and it didn't work at all.
Oh, no.
And I was just so confused.
I was confused by Eureka for most of this episode.
Yeah.
She says something like, oh, well, if I have to lip sync, at least I'll be comfortable in my like velour jumpsuit.
Right.
I was like, well, that's not a way to win this.
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was so confused. I thought she was just pulling a Bendela Creme and being like, I'm sending myself home. I'm done.
It's just something I love to spin in and be fun. And I didn't really have a use for it except maybe this look.
And that's kind of what it looks like.
Oh, I feel so good in this coat. I just love it. Rue then later is like, well, that's lovely for you, but what about us?
Oh yeah. Last on the runway, Cameron Michaels.
Yeah.
Loved this. This was probably the best look of the night, right?
I mean, it was like, pretty spectacular.
All-encompass, like, glamour, old lady, selling it on the runway.
I mean, talking about, like, Golden Girls. This was, like, very Betty White.
Vegas grandma.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All she needed was, like, a big gulp full of quarters.
Full of quarters? Oh, it's spilling. Oh, no. I spilled it. That would have been good. That would have been really good. I think Ross says later, the only thing I would have changed is because, like, her tattoos are so,
right.
encroaching on the looks at times.
Yes.
Sometimes they just don't, like in the challenge, she had her hands at her face the whole time, and she's supposed to be this conservative, uptight person who wouldn't have tattoos on their hands. And so I do think had she worn gloves and buttoned herself all the way up, the last button up until the top, it would have sold it more.
It would have.
Because it was distracting, and in this too, the only thing I found to be kind of off was like, it's like this old lady, and then there's like a giant eagle on her chest. And you're like, well it just breaks the fantasy slightly.
I agree.
Sometimes it doesn't work for the look.
Exactly.
But this look was fabulous.
It was
this
really
gold coat, and she did so much prosthetic makeup, and just this.
I mean, she like Mrs. Doubtfire herself.
Oh, fully. She's like twitching down the runway and spilling her pills.
Oh, the pills was like cute.
She was like, "Oh, I'm in the bottom.
Yeah,
I need to sell the shit out of this." And honestly, I think she shouldn't have been in the bottom. We'll talk about it.
Oh.
In the bottom. Do you think so?
I would put Miss Cracker down there.
Yeah.
So then, Breast World.
Right. So it starts with Stephen Colbert as the narrator.
Right.
Nobody was hilarious.
No.
Nobody.
I mean, again, I don't think the writing was very good.
No, I mean, Monet's character was fun, and I feel like I knew sort of who she was and what she was going for.
Yes.
And she looked cute.
Well, and I really appreciated this too. Like, the girls said, I didn't even realize that there was ad-libbing.
Right.
So, like, the fact that her improv was that good, that like that says a lot.
Yeah.
She took bad writing and made something better.
No, I thought she was really fun and in it and stayed in character, not hilarious.
No.
And then Cameron was very one note. It was a lot of the same.
Well, I think unfortunately because of that,
right,
she made a confusing plot even more confusing. You know, where it was like, I don't understand who this person is. Why is her hair a disaster?
Yeah.
Who is she and what's her relation to Monet?
I feel like I needed a scene of again, I've only seen the movie Westworld, where in Westworld, they're on a train to get to Westworld, right? And they're sort of like, oh, we're going to this, thing. They're kind of setting up, like, where are we going? I feel like they needed a little green screen scene of her being like, girl, where are you taking me? And just be like, don't worry about it. I know you need to relax or whatever. Like,
Or even if they were like, are you ready for our girls' trip? Like, I found a perfect place.
Just establish. She's conservative. She's trying to shake it up. They're going on a girls' trip.
Yep.
Cool. Because I was like, what's happening?
Exactly.
And it didn't help, again, like, had she had the buttoned up and the gloves and the, I'm just, trying, whatever.
But you needed Blair St. Clair to play this part.
Basically. And then Miss Cracker was just sort of blah.
Not enough energy.
Yeah.
She didn't seem to understand the part.
No.
That was problematic for me. And I was just like, come on, you gotta be that cheerful, like...
overly excited.
Exactly.
You gotta be like Anna Faris in Lost in Translation. Just like, oh my god, are you here? Oh my god, I'm so excited! Let's have the best weekend!
I'm here promoting that action movie I did. Yeah,
And then Aquaria I thought was funny and solid.
Yeah,
solid. Not like a scene-stealing showstopper, but like funny, and I was entertained. And Eureka, I was just very confused the whole
Eureka
time.
dropped the ball. I thought she had the perfect opportunity for her particularly to really steal the show.
Yeah.
To be a campy, loud, fun.
Eureka, to be a showboater.
Right? And then it just was...
I don't know what happened.
Dead.
I'm still confused. I'm
so confused. She never explained it. I don't know.
She was a malfunctioning robot.
Right.
Because then they had to reboot her and calm her down to be like Ivy Winters, who's boring.
Right, but so then she needed to be more polarized.
Yeah.
Like, she needed to be super crazy, aggressive, intense,
well, it needed to be like, sell the robot. Be like, B12, and be like happy, and then be like, and then just be like, kill, like, tell me what's happening.
Yeah. I don't think it gave the opportunity to anyone to really have an iconic, funny moment.
No. Because they keep saying it was the gayest place on Earth, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's called Breast World, but all the men's are men.
Right, well that was confusing. It's called Breast World. Are we talking about men's breasts?
Sure, I guess men have breasts.
Because there was no LGBT, it was just the G in LGBT.
Mostly. Like, I still don't understand where Cameron didn't know she was going. Monet, as a woman on the show, was she interested in hooking up with all the topless men, and that's why she went and didn't know it was gay? It was a lot. Or was she interested in hooking up with women? All the women seemed to be in service positions, not in, like, lounging around the pool.
And drag queens or robots.
There was a lot going on.
That was the biggest question was, why are these two people here?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of Michael Fassbender!
Aquaria brings out some stuffed cocks.
Oh yeah, that was
chickens.
so funny.
And Miss Cracker says, oh, for the love of Michael Fassbender. And I was like...
I mean, yes.
I love it, but why? Because he showed his cock?
Oh, in like shame.
I like that you were like, where? Where is it? Oh, right, I already saw it. That was the only thing I could think of. I don't know. Why else? He's certainly not the only actor to show his cock. For the love of Richard Gere! I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I'm not sure. I mean, I always hear for Michael Fassbender, but once again, am I missing something?
I don't know.
I feel like if Michael Fassbender was on Westworld,
I would be watching
we would be watching it, we would know about it.
Yeah.
Is he on Westworld? Let us know.
Yeah.
And then to add even more confusion, Asia shows up.
Yes.
As Sarah Palin. Lots of energy, fun.
Yeah.
I guess she's there to shut it down?
This place is violating all the decency laws. Next thing you know, you'll be stuffing turduckens.
Parasailing, I voted for you.
She's a politician. She's conservative.
And she doesn't like the gays. I was confused.
And then Cameron, in seeing someone so homophobic, realizes she could be less homophobic.
Right.
I've only been here for a few minutes, but I've never experienced a place like this that embraces people of all cultures and just in the spirit of love, fun, and acceptance.
It's funny because Michelle especially was like, this was supposed to be the emotional turning point of this piece.
Oh, right.
And I didn't get any of the emotion from you. And I was like, I kind of did.
I did. I thought Cameron... that's a long monologue to give. And I thought, it wasn't some Oscar performance, but I was like, oh, it was honestly the most coherent part of the sketch.
It's true. Love is love is love.
Love is love is love. I don't know. I got some emotion from her.
Sure.
That's why, once again, I wouldn't have put her in the bottom.
That's fair because, like, I did get some stuff from her. It just wasn't great.
Yeah.
This place couldn't get any gayer than if you hired Randy Rainbow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Randy Rainbow! Hey!
Who's that?
Who's that? I looked him up. He's like a YouTube guy.
Yeah.
Which, ironic. But he's like a singer... actor, YouTube guy.
Yeah, I felt like this is like a bad skit on SNL, like that's
like a sketch that's dying, and you like need Will Ferrell to come in and just like be like,
yeah,
let's go off book, let's be crazy and like start laughing or something.
I mean, kind of like the royal wedding sketch.
What's up? It's your boy, Harry Windsor, aka Ron Sleasley.
With the royal wedding one, I was like, oh wow, I can't believe they recreated those outfits in like 6 hours. That's amazing. They like had to look at the wedding, and then those seamstresses were like, okay, great, the queen wore lime green, I gotta do it. And I was like, that's amazing. So I was distracted for most of the sketch.
Sure.
Who's gonna show up next? Are they gonna get that dress? Oh my god. I was excited. Is Amal gonna be there? Are they gonna have the mustard dress? No, they didn't. Where's Serena? With her snatched waist and her braids to her butt. Yes. And a fascinator? Yes. So I was pleased with that.
You sure?
This isn't gonna be one to go down in the history books.
No, I don't think so.
But Asia wins.
Yeah. I mean, she had so much energy. Like, she literally came in and it was like, oh, it's like when Kate McKinnon comes into a sketch. And you're just like, oh, okay,
I love it.
The fun's here now.
This gentleman has also said that I must visit Philadelphia.
It was like, oh, I could feel the winds change. Mary Poppins has landed, like whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got it.
But Cameron and Eureka are in the bottom.
Yeah.
I personally would have put Miss Cracker down there.
I think so too.
Because I feel like Cameron won last week. She's proven that she can rise to the top.
Sure.
Miss Cracker has yet to win. Miss Cracker has yet to succeed in many challenges where I feel like she should have.
I don't personally think that should matter.
No,
I think it should be just based off of the challenge.
But
I don't think that Ms. Cracker did any better than Cameron did in the acting challenge.
No.
And I thought that
Cameron's runway
was more memorable and spectacular than Ms. Cracker's, even though Ms. Cracker had a very good runway.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, yeah, I guess.
Well, and I was like, cool, Miss Cracker will be in the bottom and she can have a fabulous lip sync and like show me what it's all about.
Exactly.
So I was like, cool, I'm excited.
I was ready and excited for it.
I'm like, I want to see something,
Because
it was excited.
Obvious that Eureka was going to be the bottom.
Oh boy.
She just didn't show up this week.
No. So, but anyway, I'm not the judge. So Cameron and Eureka are in the bottom.
Yes. And
they have to lip sync to New Attitude by Patti LaBelle.
Yes. But first, quick commercial break.
Oh. So the lip sync starts, and I thought, well, Cameron at 100 already.
Yes.
The whole time.
The whole time.
It was crazy and great.
Yeah.
And she was selling it, and she was dancing, and she was shaking her wig, and just like going for it. And I thought Eureka also had a lot of energy.
And she like walked back to the back, right, which took a long time. And I was like, girl, you're wasting a lot of time getting back there. I don't know why this is taking so long, but like, I'm just focusing on Cameron right now. And
you're being
still
fabulous.
Exactly. And you're still just turning your back to the judges. So like, what's happening? But
which is classic. I don't know the lyrics.
Well, sure. But so then she gets back there, and then she does the high kick, and then she does the splits. I did enjoy this like weird clock split.
Well, and then she starts, mopping the floor with her pussy.
Yes.
And kind of going
for it.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, and that's where I was like, uh-oh, Cameron's got to step it up a little if she's going to compete with this, because Eureka's now finally really showing me some, like, desperation and fabulosity.
Yeah.
Which is a lethal combination.
Oh, yes.
In a lip sync.
And then they do a double split.
And you're just like, yeah.
Cameron was really showing me the fire.
Yes.
I was like, oh, Cameron, you want to be here. And I want you to stay.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, cool. So Cameron's here. Yes. This is why you're so fabulous.
Right. And I felt like she was living the song. I was, that's the key, is like, I felt like she was really emoting.
Yeah. And so then I was like, oh, well, Cameron is certainly going to stay. And I was like, but I feel like it's going to be a double save.
I did too. And it
not necessarily because I wanted it to be.
Nope, just because it felt like that's what it was going to be.
It felt like, well, they want Eureka to stay around.
Yep.
She did a really good job, and I could see why they kept them both, but I was kind of like, Eureka could, I'd be okay.
The only thing that I really appreciated was that Rue said Cameron first. It was not like, Shantae, you both stay. It was like, Cameron, Shantae, you stay.
And I was like, yeah!
And then I was like, okay, but now he's going to say Eureka too. And
Yeah.
Yes, that's what happened.
And Eureka has like a meltdown.
You really freaked me out.
Yeah, so we're still at a top 6.
Yeah.
And maybe that means there'll be a double elimination later.
You know, it's tough. I keep thinking at this point, I'm like, I should have a number 1 pick. I should have
a clear, excited front runner.
I don't.
Not really.
And on one hand, I'm like, that's a bummer that I'm like, not that I don't care.
Right.
But that I'm not just like, yes, I really want so-and-so to win. But on the other hand, it's kind of nice that it's close in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a bunch of people winning and I wouldn't be mad.
No.
You know, so it's give and take.
Yeah. So this week on
Untucked, Eureka is basically like, oh, I think the judges are judging me harsher than everybody else.
I disagree and agree. I feel like everyone kind of landed on a similar thing where it's like, yes, that might be true, but also you have an advantage, and also
you've had this huge opportunity to come back, and so kind of get over it.
The thing is that my feeling with this episode was like, no, we've seen you in multiple instances this season perform better. And you were clearly not performing at 100%.
Yeah.
You were giving, at best, 60%.
Well, and when they say, what's the deal with your runway? And you say, well, I
really wanted to wear this coat.
I didn't really. Like she clearly didn't have a
She
plan.
was
so she
checked
was just,
out.
I don't know, it was weird, but she was not at her best. And then Cameron's really down on herself, just totally, like, retreating internally.
Which, I mean,
we'll see how she is after the fabulous lip sync.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll also be reignited.
This was annoying to me where it's like, don't tell me how to feel kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
Where all of the queens, she's like clearly concerned and worried and like
having a moment, but not like taking a moment. She's not like, I need to hold court and be
she's
like,
not being
everyone
the
pay
vixen.
attention to me and how I'm upset I am. She's just like quietly sitting with herself like, oh, I
have to prepare and like, whatever.
I fucked up and I'm having a problem. And then
everyone's like, oh, you always think you're in the bottom. Even when you were winning, you thought you were in the bottom, and you just always think you're in the bottom, and you're such a negative Nancy, and you're just, and it was like, you guys just let her be her.
Well, they keep asking her.
Right.
Like, they're keep being like, how do you feel? And she's like, upset. And they're like, girl.
Right.
But then then they wheel out a TV, and this is when I thought, well, the producers also think that Miss Cracker's going in the bottom.
Right.
Follow your heart as you've always done, and you're totally going to be successful with this. And we also both know there's no way to lose. This is a wonderful life experience.
And they give a really beautiful message
and then
about
this was heartbreaking.
Well, they just say like you go get it, and we're so proud of you. You know, the usual stuff. It was really nice. And then Miss Cracker reveals that her mom has a disease where she's going blind, and so she really had to get on this season so she could see her on TV. And I was like, oh my god, maybe all that like swirling around her is the pressure that she's putting on herself. Where I really just want her to have fun, and be silly, and
just let go. And
I hope she has that moment. I really do.
I do too. Oh, but then she like cuts off her own moment.
That was so my family because it was like low resolution, you know? Just
she kind of like makes this joke to undercut the emotion of it all. And like instead of just like enjoying that, you know, like advice from her mom, she goes, Cameron,
you have to appreciate it instead of pretending like you are not good enough. You have to be happy and enjoy yourself.
Instead of just subtly explaining this thing and talking about how her mom always teaches her and how it sometimes is a struggle, but I have to remember, no, I'm here, I need to enjoy it while it lasts and like enjoy every moment while I can and just let that permeate and soak in.
Let Cameron hear it and take it in or not.
Exactly. No, instead she kept pointing back to Cameron. Pointing back, it was like, girl, we get it. Calm down. It was aggressive.
I feel like you are just not getting it.
So the Cameron just gets up and it's just like, I can't do it.
I don't need to be lectured anymore.
Right. And she goes back to the second room loading dock. And Eureka follows her. They seem to have a very nice...
The Marlboro exterior lounge.
No, Virginia Slim.
Virginia.
Who are you kidding? Eureka goes back. They seem to have a really nice...
They have a very close relationship.
Eureka seems to really get her.
Yeah, and vice versa, I think.
Yeah,
they
but
seem
like
good
Eureka
friends.
asks her the right questions.
Right. I know you want to see your mom on the screen, right?
Yeah, I do.
It just triggered you knowing that it was Cracker's mom and not yours.
I thought it was gonna be my mom.
We find out that Cameron's dad has died.
Right.
He was like a really positive force in her life, and he always supported her, and like she hasn't really dealt with the feelings of his death.
Because he was very much against feelings. It was like a whole conversation.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
And Eureka's like, you know, tears and vulnerability are strong and strength and beautiful.
I thought that was really nice.
Because, you know, Eureka's been through the shit.
Sure.
You know, so she's come out the other side for the most part. I mean, you're always working on yourself, but like she seems to be in a good place.
Yeah.
And so she's basically just like, you know, feel your feelings.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do hope that this lip sync really spurs Cameron on, and we get to see more of her coming out of her show, because I do really like her.
I do too, and I've grown to like her a lot more. I did not expect her when like we first were at the Meet the Queens.
No,
I did not expect her to go this far. I did not expect her to grow on me as much as she has.
Probably because she kept herself so reserved.
That's true.
We didn't really know her.
No.
So we were like, I don't know, she seems quiet, you know?
She just kept saying Muscle Queen. I was like, okay.
So I'm excited to see where she goes.
Me too.
And then, so then, like, no one goes home, and so it's like, well, what do they do?
Talking about? Yeah.
So the two of them, so she's been, like, crying. All the makeup was all messed up. She looked like Meryl from The End of Death Becomes Her. That was funny.
Yeah.
If someone had done, like, Death Becomes Her makeup.
Oh, that would have been good.
That would have been really good.
Oh,
right?
that would have been really funny.
The veil, and then you walk down, and then, you know.
Just, like, pieces
Get the
spray paint, the spray bottle.
Just shake it up. Would have been good.
That would have been really funny.
Would have been good. But yeah, so they send them both. No one goes home, so Cameron and Eureka go back to the Untucked Lounge, and are just, like, kind of kikiing, and then Eureka is just like,
we are going to be in the top 3. You need to say it too. Say it.
I am gonna be in the top 3.
I'm gonna be in the top 3 too.
I mean, I think any of them could be in the top.
Yeah.
Particularly if they do a top 4. I hope they don't do the lip sync off again.
Like season 9?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope they do, but with different rules.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, I loved it.
Well, I don't mind more lip syncs.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that it was just kind of like...
random.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why they should all have to lip sync with every single other person.
Right.
So however we can get the most lip syncs. And they all lip sync to Mariah Carey songs. Yes. So anyway, cheers to next week.
Yes.
And
subscribe, share, Oh, we didn't say thank you to our Patreon subscribers at $5 a month or more. You are watching this early, so thank you. And I don't know, stay fabulous, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Family resemblance. Oh.
Hit it!